name is M.A. Dennis. The M.A. doesn't stand for Massachusetts. It's an abbreviation for my poet name, which is Many Attitudes of Dennis. But Dennis is my actual name. I originally grew up in Queens, New York. Over the course of my lifetime, I've been in many different places. I am first and foremost a writer, do all types of writing. I have a degree in journalism. I'm most known for poetry and spoken word. And as of late, I've gotten into more public speaking centered around advocacy over housing and issues that affect the homeless and formerly homeless. In some regards, I mean, my life is only 5 years old. That's the amount of time that I've been housed, and it's been such a blessing, and it completely changed the trajectory of my life, because prior to that, things were not going well at all. Because things weren't going well, that is how I actually came to establish a relationship with Care for the Homeless. I had major mental health issues. A lot of that stemmed back to childhood, unresolved childhood trauma. I mean, things that I still have yet to fully heal from. All of that stuff hit a head at one point. I winded up homeless. I was in the shelter. Things got so bad to the point I was ready to, take my own life. And I was fortunate enough to connect with Care for the Homeless and use their mental health services. And I had a very excellent therapist. And it was a journey, but, from that low point, I got on more solid ground. I was able to get housing, and then things just started moving in a more positive direction. For me, the failure and the success, there's just a certain duality to it. They're almost intertwined, you can't have one without the other. So for me, discussing the success, it does entail somewhat, talking about the failures, because those failures and the resiliency and coming back from those failures, that's what all culminates into the success. My thing is, I didn't choose advocacy. Like, I didn't wake up one morning and say, oh, I'm going to do advocacy. Advocacy chose me. It started out how I think it may start out for a lot of us who are either still experiencing homelessness or we've come out of it. You go to a rally or you go to some meeting because, you're looking for like-minded people. You really do need information when you are having the lived experience of homelessness. And even when you come out of it, you want to stay out of it. And you also want to help other people, right? You want to help other people who are going through what you went through if you feel that you have something that can be useful to them. On very individual levels, advocating for someone who was in a situation where they weren't being treated right, just something as simple as a letter or an email, and then hearing back from them that because I reached out and sent this email to a director or something, they felt a tangible change in their situation. And then even on a more larger scale, being involved with these bills that Care for the Homeless has been trying to get sponsored by various assembly members and stuff. To be on a call and have an assembly member be resistant to wanting to sign up with the Homeless Protection Act, and then telling my story to this assembly person, and then all of a sudden on the spot, they change their mind and do a complete 180 and say, okay, I'm going to sign on to the bill. That was a very moving moment for me. I was even shocked that I could have that effect on something that was of a larger scale. The first thing that came into my heart and my mind was, don't give up. Keep moving, slow but steady. And in addition to that, I would say, be kind to yourself and be around people who are going to encourage you. Because I find, at least for me, I don't need to be around people who are going to bring me down or, make me feel bad or any of that kind of stuff, because I can do a great job all by myself of beating myself up. And I'll never forget something that a social worker told me once. And she said, in this life, you're going to have pretty much the whole world against you at times. So you might as well be on your own side. Those words that she said to me, they've stuck with me ever since. And be on your own side. There's enough people or things out there that are going to try to undermine you. Don't be part of it. Be the best that you can be for yourself.